Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we are going to learn the topic relation of zeros with coefficient. So what does this means? What is the zero here we are going to learn. So here we have the linear polynomial. So the general form of linear polynomial is ax plus b is equal to 0. So here b is a constant term. So what is the number or what is the zero we are going to get here is here it is a given here. Okay, so here 0 we have. So when we take this 0, so when we do the constant term, that is constant term is here we took minus constant term, that is minus b. So here a constant term is b, so it becomes here minus is there, so it becomes minus b, and by coefficient of x. So here coefficient of x is a, so it becomes a here. So here they say that this minus b by a is equal to this equation 0. So how is this possible? Let's see an example for this. So here we have the example, that is 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now let's do this. So here 3x, so I'll write it down my question here again, is equal to 0. So 3x, so the value of x here will be our 0. Okay, so here x, so here we have 6. So when it comes the other side, it becomes minus 6, and here x, this 3 is multiplied with x, and when it comes on the other side, it becomes divide. So this becomes minus 6 by 3. So when we divide this, so 3 2s is 6. So here x is equal to minus 2. So now let's see. Now here they have given that minus b by a is equal to this equation 0. So here we had the same equation, and here we got the 0 is minus 2. So now let's see this. So here 0 equals to, and I am writing that here, constant term by coefficient of x, that is nothing but minus b by a. Okay, now let's put this values here. So here you can see that minus b. Now minus b is the constant term. So here constant term is 6. So that becomes minus 6. Okay, here constant term is 6, that becomes minus. So here coefficient of x, the coefficient of x is 3, and when we divide, it becomes minus 2. So here you can see, now this was the 0. Now you can see here 0. Now what was our 0? Now 0 was minus 2. So minus 2, and when we take these values, we got again minus 2. So here they say that for the linear equation form is ax plus b is equal to 0, and when we have this, that is minus b by a, this minus b by a is equal to this 0. So here I have given you the example. Okay, hope you have understood what is this. So next we have the quadratic polynomial. So the general formula of quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So here they say that when we get, so here you can see that we have 2x. So here x, and here also x. So in this we get 2 zeros. Okay, or else here also same, that example is this. So here we have 1x, and here again x. So here we will have 2 zeros. Okay, so here they say that when we add these 2 zeros, this will be equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. So here we'll get, I told you we'll get 2 zeros. So when we add these 2 zeros, it will be equal to minus coefficient of x, that is coefficient of x is b, that becomes minus b, and coefficient of x square is, so here x square coefficient is a, so that becomes minus b by a. When we add these 2 zeros, it will be equal to minus b by a, and when we when we multiply these zeros, when we'll get two zeros, and when we multiply those two zeros, it will be equal to constant term by coefficient of x square. So here constant term is c. So here c, and coefficient of x square is a. So here a. Okay. Now let's see an example. So here we have an example. So here you can see an example, that is x square plus 3x plus 2. Now let's solve this. So I am splitting this middle term. So here middle term is 3x. So this 3x can be written as, so here I'll write this. So this 3x can be written as x plus, so here it can be written as, so here x plus 2x is 3x. So it can be written as x square plus x plus 2x plus 2. Now let's take the common. So here we have first, so here x is coming in this 2. So here x is common, and here x square is there. One x will come here and 1 will remain. So that becomes x plus 1. And here you can see we have 2 common. So that becomes again x plus 1. Okay. So this x plus 1, and we have here 2 terms, that is x plus 1 and x plus 2. So now let's find the zeros of this 2. So here x plus 1 is equal to 0. That becomes x is equal to minus 1. So here first 0 is minus 1, and again x plus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to minus 2. Okay. So here second 0 is minus 2. Okay. So now, so here they have given that when we do the sum of zeros, it will be equal to the coefficient of minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, that is minus b by a. So here the coefficient of x, so coefficient of x is 3. So here I write as sum of zeros. Okay. So when we do this to sum, it will be equal to minus b by a, this relation of coefficients say us. So here we have minus 1 and 2. So here minus 1 plus minus 2, so they have said that it will be equal to minus b by a. So it will be equal to minus 3 by 1. Okay. Minus 3 is, here you can see the coefficient of x is minus 3 and coefficient of x square is 1, that is nothing there means 1. So here 1. So here you can see minus 1 minus 2 is equal to minus 3. So minus minus is plus, that becomes minus 3 is equal to minus 3. So here you can see that the sum of zeros when we do, it is equal to minus b by a, that is nothing but again we got minus 3. Okay. So next we have product of zeros. So here product of zeros. Okay. So here the product of zeros is equal to constant term by coefficient of x square. So here constant term is 2. So here minus 1 into minus 2 is equal to 2 by 1. So here constant term is 2 and a is 1. Okay. Now here we have two zeros, that is minus 1 and minus 2, and when they are saying when we multiply these two values, it will be equal to c by a. Here c by a. Okay. So now let's do this. So here we have 2 ones is 2, and here minus minus cancel, that becomes 2 by 1 is nothing but 2. So here you can see we got again 2 is equal to 2. So the product of zeros in the quadratic polynomial is equal to c by a. So here so this quadratic polynomial has 2 zeros, and when we do the sum of zeros, it will be equal to minus b by a, and when we do multiply, it will be equal to c by a. So this was the relation of zeros with coefficient. And if you like this video, please subscribe and like our channel and hit the bell button so that you can get the uploaded videos. Thank you.